Hey everybody, it's Dr. Hawley, and in this video, I'm covering one of the most important factors behind overcoming and preventing veterinary burnout. Okay, hey everybody, I'm Dr. Quincy Hawley, and we're going to be talking about one of the important factors of preventing and overcoming burnout in this video. This is just a picture that my daughter and I drew yesterday for Father's Day. All right, and I'm kind of whispering a little bit because my wife is downstairs. We're going to Cancun today. Like it's like it's like 6:30 right now, and we're leaving at 2 o'clock. I'm still not packed. I'm still not packed. I've got the garage to clean out a little bit. I've got some stuff from a birthday party 2 days ago to clean up, and I need to straighten up the laundry room. Long story, but anyway, if my wife hears me up here doing this video, that's gonna be the end of Dr. Holly as you know it. So I can't be like loud like I normally am and stuff like that. But anyway, this is a really important burnout concept. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into it so that I actually get to live. Okay, so I'm just gonna slide this video up, and I don't know what this picture is. So my daughter, she started out by drawing like this weird black cloud thing. She's being creepy, and then she drew this cat. She called it Rainbow Kitty. And then I came back and I drew a sun with a long arm, and I was like, the sun's about to eat your cat. And then it's just snake that I drew in some grass and dirt. And this supposedly is supersonic, like Sonic the Hedge. It's weird. I don't know, she drew that. I was like, how did you get a hedgehog or Sonic out of a square and a weird red whatever the F this is? Okay, but anyway, she tried. Anyway, okay, so here we go. All right, what's my 70? Okay, all right, very cool. This is a really important concept, and I'm sorry I'm taking so long for this video. All right, let me make this a little bit of a fatter line. So basically, let's think of burnout as a spectrum, right? So you've got this spectrum here, and on one end, we're gonna have like you are burnt. Whoa, that's too thick. All right, we'll say you're burnt out totally. you're done. So like you're really done. All right, so you're really burnt out. Oh, the snake came back. And then on this end is like totally not burnt out, right? And we'll say at all. So you're like, when people are talking about burnout, you're like, what are you talking about? Burnout, what is that? Right, that's you over there. And most people are somewhere along the spectrum. Okay, most people are somewhere along the spectrum. There's something else. If we look at the timeline of life now, this is really important. If you understand this, you're going to have no further problems as it relates to life in veterinary medicine. So we're all on a life timeline. Sorry, I just thought of this, not idea, but to actually draw this out for you all, because I know this. And we'll say, okay, so this is going to be like death, when you die. Okay, and this is when you're born. Okay, so we've got when you were born, and we've got death. So this is a timeline here. Okay, and along here is time in years, right? Your age, whatever. You get the point. You know what time is. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, but anyway, check this out. This is the burnout scale or spectrum. Everyone is on this somewhere. You're either here, not burnout at all, or you're here and you're totally done. Down here, you're born, and this is death. This is your timeline of life. And as you go throughout this timeline here, at different stages, you may find yourself in what we call burnout episodes. Bear with me here. So let's say, for example, in this little slice, maybe this is a day, maybe this is a week, maybe this is a month, maybe it's even a year or a couple of years. You may find yourself in what I call a burnout episode where you're feeling mentally or physically or emotionally exhausted. Okay, but you could still be a person who overall has well-being. So you could be here, you could be here as it relates to the burnout spectrum, okay? But be going through a burnout episode. Though it doesn't necessarily mean that you have rip-roaring burnout. Most people are going to have some level of burnout episodes. And it's really important not to identify yourself as being here, okay, totally burnt out if you're just going through a little burnout episode. Now, if the start of this burnout episode, and I gotta hurry up, I'm about to end this video soon because I think my wife's gonna come up here any minute now and then destroy me. Now, if your burnout episode starts, change the color here. If it starts here and it goes 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 and it goes, you can eventually start to slide from being here, and you can start to slide towards this direction. So the question isn't how do we avoid burnout episodes? The question is, how do we prevent burnout episodes? The only way you can get over here is if you have a burnout episode and you don't know how to get out of it. And so that burnout episode just goes on and on and on and on and on and on. Or if you have the start-stop like cycle or sequence of burnout episodes where you're starting and then you're like coincidentally getting out of it, and then some short time frame or time period later, you find yourself back in another episode because fundamentally and strategically, you're doing something, and this isn't to judge you, but you're doing something wrong in terms of your strategy of being able to avoid burnout situations altogether. Okay, so maybe you just keep trying to achieve things because you think it'll make your parents happy, or you think it'll give you more status in life, and the people like you more. Right? So you keep saying yes to things you shouldn't be saying yes to, right? Things you don't even really want to do, but you're saying yes to them just because. And you keep finding yourself in these burnout episodes, all right? Or maybe the clients keep asking more of you than you really should be doing, right? You keep giving out your cell phone number, like, text me if Fluffy coughs again, right? It's like, no, don't text me if Fluffy coughs again. Call the hospital and get an appointment, or, a walk-in or whatever, or when I'm back in the office, you can shoot me an email, you can call the receptionist, like whatever, okay? But don't text me. I ain't gonna be responding to that at night, okay? So the question is, how do we do this? How do we get out of burnout episodes when they happen, okay? Let's say, for example, you find yourself in a burnout episode, which that's the first thing, right? It's kind of like self-awareness. Self-awareness. I think I spelled that right. Can you even tell that you're in a burnout episode, right? A lot of people don't even know. They don't understand the terminology. My story, you already know it. I was drinking alcohol. I was smoking. I was exhausted from seeing 25 to 35 cases a day as a new grad, and I didn't even have a clue or conception that I was burnt out. I didn't know, because it wasn't in my vocabulary at the time. And so I started using, alcohol and smoking and food to just handle the stress that I was facing in life. Unhealthy. I was using unhealthy coping mechanisms to deal with the trauma and things like that I was going through. Still fuzzy. Yep. And so what you have to do is have self-awareness to understand that I'm in trouble and I need to do something. Number two is taking what I call effective action. This is, now, both of these, I can't cover these here on this video. It's supposed to be a short video. I think it's already been probably way too long already. But these are two things that if you don't know how to do them, and if you don't know that you know how to do them, then that is slightly problematic, because you may find yourself somewhere along the spectrum and not even know it, all right? Or You may find yourself starting a burnout episode maybe in 10 years. Maybe you haven't had one yet. Maybe you've had one in the past and you got out of it, didn't even know, right? How do you avoid this, the starting point? And then if you find yourself drifting, how do you cut it off so that you can stay on this end of the burnout spectrum? And that's going to conclude this video, really. If you want to learn more about self-awareness and effective action, then you need to go here. You need to go to getmotiveteduniversity.com. You must do this. That's where we house all of our race-approved courses. That's where we house all of our live classes. We have webinars that are there. We have video, audio, and written content. So if you like to read, you can read about this stuff. If you like to listen, you can listen to like podcast episodes and audios. And we have videos just like this one, where I'm up here instructing on the whiteboard. We've got Renee, we've got mental health professionals on the team who are also talking about all this really, really, really important stuff so that you can get your way in life and in veterinary medicine. That is the name of the game. How do I ethically, okay? Like that's the one thing that we really like to talk about is how do you ethically, right? Ethically get your way in life and in veterinary medicine. This is important. If you know how to get your way ethically in life and vet med, the way that you create will be a way that is burnout free and full of well-being, full of inner peace, full of fulfillment, and free of things like resentment and compassion fatigue. You will be able to create that for yourself. So you've got to check out what? GetMotivetedUniversity.com. We'll see you there.